Have you ever found yourself in unfamiliar territory where everyone around you seemed as if they had so much more experience? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Marvin here from backsideoffear.com. Have you ever found yourself in unfamiliar territory? In 2003, I found myself in unfamiliar territory. All I knew was that people were hitting balls off the ground with some kind of stick. At the time, I had no idea what a pitching wedge was or what a 9-iron was, but I was intrigued at what I had seen. I happened to be a spectator for the day at POU golf course as my dad was visiting some buddies. I thought it's kind of an interesting place to meet somebody, kind of dangerous as well, as you have to look around and make sure that you're not going to get hit by a golf ball. The weather was perfect for golf. It's a nice, sunny summer day. It was that day where I developed the desire to play golf. A few months later, it was my 15th birthday. And where did I go? The golf course. My dad brought his friend who brought along his son. We went to Highlands Golf Course, which is a par 3 golf course. For some quick and easy golf basics, the most common way that golf is scored is by strokes based on par. Par indicates the minimum amount of strokes that you should use to get the ball from the tee box over into the hole. For Highlands Golf Course, most of the holes were par 3s, indicating that I had 3 shots to get the ball into the hole. If I got the ball into the hole in 3 strokes, then I scored par. If I got it in 2 strokes, then that's 1 under par, a birdie. If it was 1 stroke, well, technically in this case, it's a hole in 1. It's also called an eagle, 2 under par. On the other spectrum, if I shot a 4, then that would be a bogey, 1 over par, or a 5, double bogey, which will be 2 over par, and then a triple bogey, 3 over par. And then next, the unfortunate quadruple bogey. Anything past that is typically just called a 5 over, 6 over, etc. Par 3s are the shorter holes, typically around 100 to about 230 yards. Par 5s can be around 500, sometimes even 600 yards for a par 5. On Highlands Golf Course, all the holes are fairly short, which is perfect for me learning how to golf. Unfortunately, many of the holes on the golf course were bordered by houses, but there is one crucial component that's necessary for houses to be a concern. You have to get the ball airborne. I quickly discovered just how difficult golf is. Every shot I hit seemed to just skid across the ground. I would often hit nothing but air, which doesn't go very far for what I can see. A few weeks later, as I was starting the 9th grade, I decided to join the golf team. On the first day of practice, we all sat on the bench outside the clubhouse awaiting for practice to start. I recall sitting next to somebody on the bench who later I knew to be one of the top varsity players on the team, and he asked me a question. "Are you any good?" I thought to myself, I don't want to say I completely suck. What do I say? I just kind of shrugged and said, "I'm all right." Soon it will be evident just how good I was. Have you ever found yourself in unfamiliar territory where everyone around you seemed as if they had so much more experience? I quickly began to realize the level of disparity between my golf game and others on the golf team. Many of them seem like they would hit the ball miles. Although range balls don't go as far as regular golf balls, many of them would hit their drives to the back of the net on the driving range. Some would even clear the entire net and the ball would land in the fairway on hole number 1 at Lake Spanaway Golf Course. On the other hand, I continued to top away and hit my grounders. One day at the driving range during golf practice, the golf pro at Lake Spanaway Golf Course at the time asked us, "Everyone, can you please take out your 150-yard club?" I thought to myself, I can't even hit the ball 150 yards, let alone have a 150-yard club. I looked around to see what other people were pulling out of their golf bag. I just grabbed out something similar. I didn't want to look out of the ordinary. Luckily, there are a few other beginners that are on the junior varsity golf team as well. Soon we began playing golf matches against other high schools. It appeared that all of our competitors have been playing golf since they're about 5 years old. Often, it took me 3 shots just to catch up to the first shot. During the matches, we kept score based on points in relation to par, whereas a par would be 2 points, a birdie 3 points, and a bogey would be 1 point. Anything worse than a bogey was 0 points. For all the regular matches, we played 9 holes of golf. In my first year on the golf team, I mostly scored a goose egg. 0. Scoring 2 points was a great day for me. My competitors will average about 10 to 15 points around. This was unfamiliar territory for me. It felt as if I didn't even belong on the team. I wasn't able to compete on their level. Our first times are often the most challenging. The first time walking, the first time giving a public speech, the first time starting a business. Once the first time is behind you, it paves the way for growth. My first couple years on the golf team were a complete struggle, gradually seeing improvement. In my third year, I was averaging about 5 to 8 points. I discovered that the uncomfortable feeling I felt was stepping into unfamiliar territory resulted in a rewarding experience. I was surrounded by golfers who were better than me. Although as a beginner, my skill level was very poor, I didn't envision myself as a poor golfer. I admired the great play from the golfers around me and envisioned myself reaching up towards their level. For my senior and final year on the high school golf team, I was more excited than ever for the golf season to start. On the first day of practice, I shot 39 for 9 holes. My best round at the time. I was now confident that I could be competitive in golf tournaments. Whenever I start something new, I think back on the time when I first picked up a golf club and the process I went through to make the unfamiliar familiar. It all starts with a decision to step into unfamiliar territory and take the first step. To not shy away from mediocrity as we all start at square one. And to surround yourself with people who are at a higher level than yourself, as they will act as an elevator to lift you up to the next level. I encourage you to venture into unfamiliar territory and make the unfamiliar familiar. And remember, it's amazing what you can achieve on the other side of your fears. Subscribe for more videos. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and share it with your friends to help grow the community of action takers. And don't forget to visit me on backsideoffear.com. Have a great rest of your day.